Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode here of the Chinese coronavirus, COVID-19, the novel coronavirus SARS-2 or SARS-CoV-2, the Wuhan flu, whatever you want to call it. We all know where it started. All right, it started in China, in China, in uh, in Hubei province in Wuhan city. So. Anyways, a couple things. We'll go over the numbers. We'll go over the numbers. It's not looking good. It almost seems like it's accelerating faster. I'm talking about here in the United States of America. All over the world, it's just accelerating so fast. I can only imagine what really happened in China. I can only imagine what really is going on in China. I really doubt they're recovered or they have zero cases. Um, I'm really highly skeptical about that claim. Anyways, I'll go over the numbers. It's not looking good. Um, I'll talk a little bit about what I did today. I have some. It's not bad news, but it's not good news. But America is under contagion. All right, America is infected heavily with the coronavirus. All right. Um, my unfortunately my wife she's not infected. I don't know if she is, but she came home early Monday, March 20th. Okay, so after I uploaded the March 20th video, I believe is America Under Lockdown was a video I had premiered for 9 a.m. Um, she came home early. And I thought one of two things. I thought either she got fired or laid off or furloughed, one of those, because, that's what's happening, right? Everyone's losing their jobs over this. Um, Second thing I was thinking was, um, something happened where she couldn't go to work, or there was a lockdown at work, or something like that. That was my second thing. Third thing was maybe she got infected, but why would she come home, right? She would just call me. So she got home. She said that a person in her office building, which is 18 floors, I think it's 18. I don't know how many floors there is, but a person on the 18th floor was confirmed, all right, with COVID-19 or the coronavirus or the Chinese coronavirus. And her office her company and the office in that building, they just shut down. And this was on her way to work. But the fact that there is a confirmed case in that building, and who knows how long this person's been going into that building before they found out they were infected with COVID-19. And so, although she said that it was on the 18th floor, they didn't use the same elevator, quote unquote, same elevator. The fact that they went in the same building. And here's the scary part. This is the scary part here. This building, the office building that she works at, is also attached to the Galleria, the mall. Now, I don't know if the mall was closed or not, or how much of it was operating, but a lot of people go there. And also, so there's an office building, the mall, hotel, all encompassed in a small little place. It's called the Galleria in Houston, and it's on the west side of the 610 loop, 59 and 610. I'm sure if you live around here, you know what I'm talking about. And an outbreak always starts out as one case or one imported case. If you haven't seen my other videos where I talk about how the Houston rodeo was canceled, the Houston rodeo was canceled because there was an infected person at those booths. And I'll get to that a little bit later, but I think that's why you're seeing community spread in the Houston area. all right, in the Houston area. So I'm going to talk about that. And so she came back Friday morning, and when she told me that, I been tracking this coronavirus in China, maybe not in the very beginning, but since January, mid-January. And I've when I first heard about it, it was like, oh, okay, it's China. It's a SARS thing. It's over there. But when it really got serious, I started paying more attention to it. And all it takes is one case, and you could be asymptomatic and still be shedding viruses. So as soon as she told me that, she tried to like play it off. She wanted me to spray her down like I do with the kids whenever we go out and we come back. She thought she could just hang out with us. I was like, no, no. You go in the bedroom, all right? Go in the bedroom and don't come out, and put a mask on. Put your surgical mask on, the little pink surgical mask that she has, and don't come out. And she was really adamant that she wasn't infected. Of course, you would say that, right? You're not infected, but I don't. We can't take that chance, or I'm not willing to take that chance. One infection in an area, you have to assume there's like 5 to 10 other people who are, infected as well, that aren't detected, that may be even asymptomatic, shedding viruses all over the place, and you're going around touching the surfaces. I did tell her, wear a glove, wear your mask. I don't know if she really does that, because I think at this point she wasn't really taking any of this seriously, even though I kept telling her to do all these things. And then, there's panic buying, and there's all these things going on. I don't think she ever really took it serious, because she was always fighting me about everything. When I asked her to go get more food, she would fighting me on food. When I asked her to put on the mask, she was fighting me on the mask. Put on gloves, fighting me on the gloves. Just anyways, so she's in the bedroom, and she'll be there. It happened on the 20th. Today is it's 12:09 a.m. March 22nd. So it's technically Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, technically this is the third day. I'm planning to go the whole 14 days, because again, you could be asymptomatic. So you may not even show any symptoms. Symptoms usually on average start from 5 to 7 days, but can go as long as 14 days. This is coming straight from the CCP. All right. So there's some useful information that the communists, all right, the Chinese Communist Party provided. One of them was what I said before. When you're infected, you could be infected up to 14 days. Okay. Average time is 5 to 7 days before you start showing symptoms, but it can also be up to 14 days. All right. So we're going to watch out for that. 14 days is a long time. That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of stuff that I got to do without her. It's a pain in the butt. It really is. And I got a broken hand. So that's what's going on. So I'll let you know what's happening. Right now I got her quarantined. I'm feeding her, and we're taking extra precautions. I'm using the steamer. I'm cleaning every time she comes out and opens that door, because I got to get food to her. We're practicing social distance. I got a BaoFeng ham radio that I'm using as walkie-talkie. I got 6 of them. The kids are upstairs in their own individual room, although they do come downstairs and we eat together, but they go right back up to their own individual room to make sure we don't get infected or have any contagion here. So the kids are upstairs in their own room. Usually my youngest would sleep with my wife. Well, that's changed. So I got a radio. I got the BaoFeng radio, UV5R. I got one in my daughter's room. I got one with my youngest. I got one upstairs that's always on loud, so just in case someone has it turned off or turned low or battery dies, someone can hear it. I got one in downstairs, turned up all the way, always on in the charger, and I got one for me. Um, what else? And then I got one in the bedroom where my wife is being quarantined. So whenever she needs something, somebody can hear it, I hope. And I set it up as a walkie-talkie. So I set it up as a walkie-talkie, and mine is set up where I can go back to ham radio. So I got I'm listening to the weather. The NOAA station is channeled in, and then the I have a radio station channeled in, and I also have the walkie-talkie frequencies that I'm using. Channel on the family service radio, channels 8 through 14, but I'm only using one right now. But I do have it in the memory, and that's on the channel side. And if you know how a BaoFeng ham radio works, then on the frequency side, I have it programmed, or I punched in the numbers for the two frequencies just in case somebody is smart enough to actually around here. I haven't heard anything. Okay, I haven't heard anything. It's like I'm the only one with the BaoFeng ham radio here. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I have two frequencies set, and then I locked the channels. You can still listen to an FM radio. I have the other one set up where you can listen to the FM radio if you wanted to, but it's only set because it's locked. It's only set to one particular. So all the different radios I have are different frequencies of FM stations. So, but most of the channels, or most of the radios are pretty much locked. All they have to do is push the push to talk button and start talking, and that's all they do. Mine is open because I know how to use it. So we're communicating that way for the most part. It's very helpful. I listen to the FM radio to get news. I also listen to the ham radio part of it. There seems to be another channel, I think, or another frequency that always always transmits, and it's like a talk show news radio. So I'm always staying up to date on things other than the internet or TV or something. I have something to fall back on. So that's what I've been doing. So another thing I'll be talking about before I get to the numbers is oh my goodness, Sienna Plantation is basically the community where I live for the most part, and there is a confirmed case, or supposedly two couples who were infected with COVID-19 who attended a church mass around here. And there's like 4 or 5 churches around here. And all it takes is one imported case, and you're going to get community spread. That's what I've noticed. And so being locked down is not a problem. I'm in self-isolation. I started this long ago when I heard about the first confirmed case in the county of Fort Bend. I started self-isolating, and the schools started closing down as well. So it's even more critical. Unfortunately, because of my wife being in quarantine, I now have to go out. So I did go out. I went to Chick-fil-A. I had a reward or a freebie from Chick-fil-A. I used their app. It was for 4 chicken little nugget sandwiches. So I got that, and I ordered some nuggets and a chicken sandwich for myself. So I probably have a video of that. They are doing a drive-through only, no dine-in. And I was in my car the whole time. I did wear a glove on both hands. I have my splint off, and I'm able to take my splint off and put a glove on my right hand because I got the plates and the screws in my right hand, so I can move it. I just can't lift heavy things. I can type. Thank goodness. I'm glad I did the operation. I'm glad I did the surgery before this became a pandemic, because if I try to do a surgery now, I don't know if I could do it. You know, people are being asked to delay their elective surgery. I don't know if hand surgery is an elective, but anyways, I got my surgery, so I'm able to use my hand. So I'm able to put a glove on my right hand, put a glove on my left hand, and I'm wearing the mask. I'm doing a little differently. I am putting the buff over my face first because the N95 mask leaves a pretty indented mark on my face, and I only wear it for like maybe 15 minutes, and it's leaving an indented mark. A lot of people on the front lines, nurses, doctors, and everything, they're getting a really bad bruising and marking on their face. Um, they're not taking any chances. Me, I'll put it on because I tested it. It does work. It does breathe through. I also put on my surgical mask over the N95, and that's what people are seeing. People are basically seeing the pink surgical mask, and I hope other people start wearing masks if they have it. They probably don't. That's why I don't see a lot of people wearing masks. They probably don't have any mask whatsoever, unfortunately. And so again, and I don't think they truly understand how contagious this coronavirus can be. Okay, well, I'll go over the numbers. You'll see how contagious it is. And so I also stopped by the Chick-fil-A is also next to Academy, and I saw more cars than usual. Usually around this time, even though, like, first of all the sporting stuff, school, in this community, they don't have any pools. The pools are closed. The gym is closed. You know, I have a fitness center that I always talk about. That's closed. All the amenities in my neighborhood, in my community, they're not available. The only thing you have is a trail, so you can go on the trail. Most people don't go on the trails anyway, but that's about it. You got the park, you got the sports park. Um, they do have little kids park here and there, scattered in the community. I wouldn't go to those. I would not go to those right now because people, you could have viruses on those, on the playground areas. I wouldn't go to those at all. But everything's closed. Baseball's closed. The schools are closed. So why would people go to Academy? Well, you know what they sell at Academy that people are panic buying now? Guns and ammo. And so I saw a lot of cars. I saw a lot of cars more than usual. And considering that the schools closed, any activities are closed, sports leagues are closed, they're all canceled. I don't see people going in there buying, I don't think people are going in there to Academy to buy like baseball gloves and footballs and swimming suits because the pools are closed right now. I think they're going in there to buy guns and ammo. So one good thing about this whole event, um, the price of gas is under $2. I have not seen that since 2008 recession, the housing crisis. But even then, it only dipped down below, the gas price dipped down below, like, for a short time. It went to 198, and then after a while, it went back up. The price of gas now is like 180 something, regular. And I mean, oil prices are tumbling like crazy. So that should tell you how bad things are getting around here. I think we're going into a recession, in my opinion. So recession and even a depression, even a depression. I'll go as far as saying a depression, a prolonged, several years. That's very possible, quite possible, actually. Um, and if anything I've learned from previous recessions is have a rainy day, and things will come back. It's just not going to come back the way you want it to. And you have to learn to adapt, and the world will not collapse like people think it will. It just doesn't, the world just doesn't all of a sudden disappear and go away. People have a strong desire to survive and endure, and everything will come back eventually, but not in the way you want it to, Um, but it's all for the better. That's my experience, anyways. Other things I'll talk about is some more detailed information about the cases in Texas. All right, and you can kind of see how it evolved. And then the last thing I'll go over is there's a nice article. It shows some nice graphs and a map and an interactive uh, map, an interactive map that I think if you're in Texas and if you're concerned or you want to know how serious this is and you need to take the appropriate action, or you want to know how serious is it and what kind of appropriate action you should take in your area. Well, in my area where I am, I mean, I'm wearing, um, a mask. I'm wearing two masks because I'm trying to reuse my N95 mask. I'm trying to prolong that. I only have so many of those. So I'm wearing gloves. I have not started going full retard yet. I haven't gone full retard. In other words, I haven't gone full coverall, and goggles and all this stuff yet. But if it gets really bad, I might. I might. I mean, that's always in my arsenal. So let's go over the numbers now. All right, let's go over the numbers. All right. Whew, my gosh, numbers are growing. There's 25,000. All right, let's look at the U.S. statistics. Okay, last updated March 21st, 2020 at 8:01 p.m. So not that long ago. I'm recording. It's 12:25 a.m. March 22nd, 2020. I will premiere this, of course, 9 a.m. in the morning. So, and here it is. Let's roll it down here so you can see it. There you go. 25,489 cases. The difference from yesterday, today's new cases is 6,389 today. It's jumped a lot, and it's going to continue to jump. 307 deaths, 63 deaths today, and that's also increasing. And the scary part is the deaths are delayed, right? The death is delayed from the active cases. And let's take a look at this map. And yeah, like I was saying in my last video, America under lockdown. What's the difference between Mount Everest and Mount St. Helens for the average person? I mean, they're both pretty big mountains. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain, of course, but Mount St. Helens is pretty tall too, and most people have a very difficult climbing that one. The average person probably can't climb it. So the capacity issue. Will we reach capacity? I think so. I think so, and beyond, and beyond. The way things are going. 518 confirmed in Texas. It's actually more than that. More than that. I'll show you the news report. 11,710 in New York. 1,700, 1,300. It's getting up there, people. It's really getting up there. Anyways, there you go, New York. New York is the epicenter. New York is the Hubei province of America. New York City is probably Wuhan City. New York City, Wuhan City. I hate to say that. I hate to make that comparison, but if we're gonna learn, we have to make those comparisons and learn. You need to lock New York down at this point. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if anybody in the government's listening. You need to lock down New York's, okay? I mean, the state of New York. You need to lock it down. I mean, seriously, quarantine kind of lockdown. Like, get people to stop moving outside, inside, stay inside. Okay. Not that it would help America now, because this is all, it's only a matter of time. We're all on borrowed time, okay? You need to be self-isolating right now. Look at the mount. Look, 20, 25. It was only 2 days ago you're at 13. Now you're at 25. You added more than 10,000. Look at that, 5,000, 5,000, 6,000 people, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Yeah, yeah. This is gonna get ugly, ugly. I've seen how it just infested China. Now it's infesting America. Now it's infesting America. The infestation of America. Anyways, let's see what the world. Let's just go over this real quick. Okay, that's another aggregator. Another aggregator. This coming from the Texas Department, Texas Department of State and Health Services. It says 305. It was updated at 12, so maybe tomorrow, or by the time you watch this today, 12, or whenever you watch this, and you'll see each county right here. It's growing. It's growing. Let me see. Where am I? That's growing. Okay. Okay. Here's the title. Hopefully, I'll get through it real quick. Where'd it go? Did it disappear? Okay, here it is. Couple who attended Sienna Plantation Church test positive for COVID-19. This was 2 days ago. Actually, that was the day, Friday, that my wife came back early from work. She actually was. She turned right back around. She didn't even go to work. She turned right back around. I put her into isolation. If you have any suspected family members who remotely might have been infected, put them in quarantine. All right, don't take the chance. All right, here's another one here. Houston area COVID-19 cases rise to 148. Even this is outdated. This is old. But what I like about this is that they give you the time, a little time and a little background of each person who's been confirmed. And if you read through this, you'll see how it started progressing. And I think most of it started in the Houston area. It started with the Houston rodeo, in my opinion. Okay, so check this out if you can. Interactive map tracking coronavirus. Interactive maps charts show spread of COVID-19 across Houston and the rest of Texas. This is really a good map. You could see if you look at this. This is Harris County, which is Houston, and you can see they're outpacing everybody right now. But everyone else is just following. Eventually, they're just a week or maybe even a couple days behind. They really are. Known cases. Here you go. And here's the interactive map right here. And if you hover over it, you'll see the county. You see how many people. So check it out. Check out the website. I'm going to conclude this episode. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the information, please like, share, comment. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.